Hello and welcome to Gnan Manjari online classes. In last class, we discussed about different properties of materials that we use to describe an object. So, now we will start about solubility. Let me ask you a question that when we add sugar to a milk, where does this sugar go? Sugar dissolves in a milk and milk becomes sweet, right? If we take another glass of water and if we add salt in it, then where does this salt go? This salt get dissolved in water, right? So the property of substance that allows to dissolve into another substance is called solubility. The property of a substance that allows it to dissolve in another substance is called solubility. So now let's start about solubility. Solubility is the ability of a substance to be mixed or dissolved in any other substance. We saw an example like sugar is dissolved in milk, salt is dissolved in water. Substance which mix or dissolve in water are said to be soluble in water. For example, salt dissolves in water, so salt is soluble in water. Substances that are dissolved in water completely disappear in water when mixed with it. Are substances like mud also soluble in water? Substances like mud do not dissolve or disappear in water and hence they are not soluble in water. Substances like mud do not dissolve in water are said to be insoluble in water. They do not disappear in water or mixing and can be seen floating or settle down in the mixture. So they are insoluble substance. Any substance that dissolve in water and we after sometimes we cannot see that substance in water is soluble substance. What is insoluble substance? That is does not dissolve in water and we can see on top floating or it is settled down in the water. It will not disappear. So that is insoluble substance. So if I ask what were the substance that mixed or dissolved in water, what are the substance that mix or dissolve in water, then we can say lemon juice, sugar, salt. These are the substance that get dissolved in water, right? So they are soluble substance. Substance that dissolve in water are soluble substance. Now insoluble substance, what were the substance that are were insoluble in water? So we can expect like oil, mud, chalk, this chalk powder, all this substance are insoluble in water. So on what basis we classified the object? We classified the object that if substance dissolve in water then it is soluble, and if the substance does not dissolve in water, so they are insoluble substance. Now let us discuss some another property of substance. So we right now so solubility, now we are starting floating and sinking. Radha threw some stones in the river and Muna threw some dry leaves. What will they see on the surface of water, stone or dry leaves? We will see dry leaves on the surface of water. Why do you think they can see dry leaves but not the stone on the surface of water? They can only see dry leaves because the leaves float on water while the stone sinks. Leaves are floating in water and stones sinks in the water. So floating mean it will stay up of the water, it will don't go down inside the water, while stone will go inside down inside the water, it will not float on the surface of water, right? So right now we saw solubility, floating and sinking. Now let's start with another material property, another property of material, which is transparency. Let us understand how objects can be grouped based on the ability to let light pass through them. If material allows light to pass through them completely, then they are said to be transparent. If material allows some light to pass through them, then they are said to be translucent. And if material do not allow any light to pass through them, then they are said to be opaque, right? So transparency, we saw three types of transparency: transparent, translucent, and opaque. So what is transparent? That all the light is passed through that transparent object. An object allows all the light through pass through it is transparent. Translucent means it will allow some light to pass, and it does not allow some light to pass. So what is translucent object? That it will allow some light to pass through the object. And opaque object means that it does not allow any light to pass through it. Now observe the object, classify the object shown based on their ability to let light pass. So here are the colorful balloons. It will allow some parts of light to pass through that balloon. So this is translucent. If we use scale, that does not allow any light to pass through it, so they are opaque. And transparent, water, it will allow some light. It will allow all the lights to pass through it. So based on what we learned till now, let us answer some questions. What will prevent someone from sinking or drowning in water? A log of a wood or a huge stone? Why? So the question is, if someone is sinking in water, a log or a huge stone, which will help the person to do not drown in the water? મતલબ કોઈ એક સપોઝ કે એક રિવર હોય, એમાં ઊંડું પાણી હોય છે, હવે કોઈ એમાં ડૂબતું હોય, તો બાજુમાં એક સ્ટોન હોય કે એક વુડન લોગ હોય, કયું ડૂબતું બચાવશે એ માણસને? So the answer is a log of wood. Log of wood is floating on the water. It will not sink in the water, and huge stone will sink in the water. मतलब એ સ્ટોન આપણે જોયું તો હમણાં એક થિયરીમાં કે સ્ટોન પાણીમાં ડૂબી જાય છે જ્યારે લીવ્સ ઉપર તરે છે, તો આમાં જે વુડ હશે એ ઉપર તરશે, બટ સ્ટોન છે એ પાણીમાં અંદર ડૂબી જશે. સો સ્ટોન ઉપર ફ્લોટ થશે, તો એને પકડે તો માણસ એમાંથી પાણીમાં ડૂબતા બચી જશે. સો ધ આન્સર ઇઝ અ log of wood would prevent the person from sinking in water, because wood floats on water and then it will help the person to float on water along it, whereas stone sinks in water, so it will sink the person along with it. Mr. Hegde wants to make a door for her house so that the house is secure and nobody can peep inside it. What type of material should she use to make the door? Mrs. Hegde should use a hard and opaque material to keep her house secure. Hard material and opaque material. So she also has a requirement that nobody should peep inside her home. So she need opaque material, so light will not pass through that material, and the material hardness will not allow it to break easily, and its opaqueness will not allow people to peep inside her house. So you have to write this practice question in your notebook. Write 2 ways in which the knowledge of solubility will be useful in our life. We have to write any 2 examples. So here it is. If we wash cloth, we dissolve washing powder or detergent in a water, so it forms an soapy water which we wash the cloth. And if we make any juices, we add salt or sugar and make juice, so which is soluble in water. So these are the 2 examples. You can write milk added, sugar added in milk, then any syrup, rose syrup or any fruit syrup added in milk. You can write these options on your own. Next question. Describe any 2 properties based on which material can be classified. So we saw about 3 types of materials classified. First was luster. Materials can be luster, non-luster, based on the ability of shine, float, then materials can be classified on the basis of their ability of float on the surface and water and sink. So now let's start a new topic, introduction to changes. What is the difference between these two image? What is the difference between this two image, and what is the difference between this two image, this two image, and this two image? So did you notice something common in all the image you saw? Here are all the image. Just notice and difference in all this image. Here we can see in first picture a child is grown up being a man. There is a change. Then a seed is then grown into a plant. The seed is changed into plant. Then we see a day is changed into night. Then we see a change in season in the downside picture, winter season and summer season or spring season. And then in last two pictures we saw a cloudy atmosphere to clear atmosphere, a change in atmosphere. First a change in human being, change in plant, change in day, change in season, change in atmosphere. So in each of the image we saw some kind of change, day to night, seed turning into plant. A change is an act or a process which makes something different. So now let's try an activity. In this activity, if you take a piece of paper and try to make something from that paper, it can be a boat, it can be a aeroplane, it can be a bird, anything you like. Make something from that paper. Now after making that, can we get back this paper in its original form? Yes, we can get back the paper in its original form, but with some crease, right? If we burn the paper, will we able to get it back in its original form? Now same paper, if we burn it down, we will get back like we get from the origami we made. No, we will burn the paper, we will not able to get it back in its original form. So filling the blanks, we fold the paper to make, if you made an aeroplane, then right here we folded the paper to make aeroplane. Can we bring back the paper to its original form? Yes, we can bring back. So change, can the change be done or undone? Yes, we can, it can undone. Now second is, when paper is burnt, it turns into ashes, right? So can the change be undone? Can we bring back the paper to its original form? No, we can't bring the paper to its original form. So by this activity we can say that there are two types of changes. First change is if we make something from that and then we can undo it and make into its original form, right? And second is if we burn the paper, we can't get its original form, so it can't be undone. So now let's see a video based on that. What is change? Two types of change.
In this video, we will be learning about the different types of changes that occur around us. Let's take a look at a few changes. Observe carefully and see if you can identify any similarities among them. Melting of butter, folding of paper, freezing of water. Did you spot anything common among these changes? Do you think you can get the original product back once the change takes place? Discuss in pairs. In all the changes that we observe, we can get back the original products used in the process. When a change takes place in the opposite or backward direction, it is called a reversible change. In a reversible change, we can get the original products used and the change can be undone. We can cool butter to return it to its original state. We can unfold paper back to its original shape. We can heat ice so that it is back to its original liquid form. Let's take a look at a few other changes. Observe them and see if you can identify any similarities among them. Burning of wood, chopping of vegetables, cooking of food. What did you notice in these videos? Do you think you can get the original product back? Discuss in pairs. In all the changes that you saw, you cannot get the original products back. When we burn wood, it turns into ashes and we cannot get the original wood back. When we chop vegetables, we cannot get them back to their original form. When we cook food, we cannot get the original ingredients back. So, when a change cannot take place in the opposite or backward direction, it is called an irreversible change. In case of an irreversible change, we cannot get the original products back and the change cannot be undone. So, reversible changes are those which can be undone and we can get the original products back. Whereas irreversible changes are those which cannot be undone and we cannot get the original products back.
So, what are reversible changes? The changes which can get back the original product are called reversible changes. If you want to give two examples of irreversible changes, so we can say that chopping of vegetables, burning of wood, anything whichever which is irreversible, we can write that. So in a reversible reaction, we can get back the original products and change can be undone. In irreversible reaction, we cannot get back the original product and change can't be undone. So based on what we learned now, let us answer few questions. First, from the options below, pick a change that can be reversed. So from this we have to choose an reversible reaction. Cutting of trees, it can't be undone. Melting of ghee, burning of candle, blooming of flower. So melting of ghee can be undone. Burning of candle can't be undone. Blooming of flower can be undone. So answer is melting of ghee. Which of the following cannot be reversed? We can't reverse. Hardening of cement, we can't cannot reverse, so answer is hardening of cement. Freezing of ice cream, if ice cream is melt we can again freeze it. If we open the door we can close the door. Melting of chocolate, then hardening of chocolate, we can do that. So all these three are reversible, but this hardening of cement is irreversible. So the third question, the conversion of water into ice is reversible change. Give one example of change that can be reversed. Also give reasons why the reverse change can be reversed. So freezing of water, ice can be converted back into water by heating it. Folding of clothes, clothes when folded can be unfolded and brought back to its original form. Melting of ice, ice cream once melted can be solidified by freezing. So these are the examples. You can write your own examples also. So these are the three examples, because freezing of water, folding of clothes and melting of ice, all these reactions are reversible. We can freeze water again into ice and ice into water. We can fold the clothes and unfold the clothes. We can melt the ice cream and then again freeze it to solidify it. Fourth question, the change of bud into a flower is an example of change that cannot be reversed. Give one example of change that cannot be reversed. Also give reason why. Cooking of food, growth of a human being, formation of curd from milk. So cooking of food is when once food is cooked, we can't get back all the raw materials which we used to in cooking, right? So if we cook any vegetables, we chop it and then we cook it. Now again we can't get the whole vegetable back from cooked, right? So that is irreversible. Growth of an human being. In first we were a child, now we grown up. We can't now you are at the age of 12 or 13 or 14. Now if you want to go back to 3 years, you can't go that. So yes, this is irreversible reaction. From milk we make curd, which is we call dahi. After from dahi, can we go back to milk? No, we can't make from milk from dahi. We make curd from milk. We can't get milk from curd, right? So these are the questions. Write it in your notebook. To walk through a waterlogged area, you usually shorten the length of your dress by folding it. Can this be reversed? Yes, the change can be reversed as we can unfold our dress and break it into original form. પાણીમાંથી ચાલવું છે તો તમે લોકો શું કરશો? પાણી પેન્ટ હોય અને ફોલ્ડ કરીને સેજ હાઈ ચડાવશો. સો ધીસ કેન બી અન્ડન. પાછું અનફોલ્ડ કરો તો પાછું નોર્મલ ડ્રેસ બની જશે. સો યસ, ધીસ change can be reversed. Second question, a drawing sheet changes when you draw a picture on it. Can this reverse? It depends on what we use to draw on the sheet. If we draw using a pencil, then we can erase it, so this can be reversed. If we draw using a pen, then the drawing can't be reversed, hence that the change cannot be reversed. So you have two options in this. If you draw a picture, પેન્સિલ થી તમે ડ્રો કરશો તો ઇરેઝર થી રબ કરીને ચેન્જ રિવર્સ કરી શકશો, રિવર્સિબલ ચેન્જ થશે. બટ ઇફ યુ ડ્રો ઇટ વિથ અ પેન થી ડ્રો કરશો તો પાછું રિવર્સ નહીં થાય અને રબ નહીં કરી શકશો. સો ધીસ ઇઝ irreversible change. Give example of to explain the difference between changes that can or cannot be reversed. So first example is boiling of milk. If we boil the milk, then it is hot. Then again, if we make it to cool it down, then it will get back into its original temperature. Here cannot, so this is can be reversed. If we make cannot be reversed, so making of curd from milk, we can't get curd from milk, right? We can't get milk from curd, sorry. So દૂધમાંથી દહીં બનશે પણ દહીંમાંથી દૂધ બનશે નહીં. Now rolling dough into roti. Now rolled roti can be remade into ball of dough. એટલે જ્યારે લોટ હોય બાંધેલો તો એને વણીને આપણે રોટી બનાવી શકીએ, બરાબર? હવે એ રોટીને પાછું ભેગો કરીએ તો પાછો એ લોટ બની જશે. એ જ રીતે આમાં કેન્ટ બી રિવર્સ. હવે રોટીનો બોલમાંથી આપણે રોટી બનાવીને રોટીને કૂક કરીએ, બરાબર? તો હવે કૂકડ રોટીમાંથી પાછો એ લોટ બનશે નહીં. સો કૂકડ રોટી ફ્રોમ ડો બોલ, અને ડો કેનોટ બી ગોટ આફ્ટર રોટી ઇટ ઇઝ cooked. સો આપણે એમાં પાછું ન લાવી શકીએ. Write the difference between reversible and irreversible changes. Reversible changes can happen in both forward and backward direction. Irreversible changes that happens in only one direction. In reversible changes, we can get back the original product back. It is not possible to get back the original product in irreversible changes. So today in this class we learned about reversible and irreversible changes and different types of changes. We also saw the materials, properties of materials. So with this we came to an end of a chemistry bridge course. So I will make a PDF and send it to you as an homework. Write the whole PDF in your notebook as an homework, then send it to me. And here it is the end of chemistry bridge course. We completed physics bridge course, chemistry bridge course, and now we will start a biology bridge course in next class. Thank you all and have a nice day.